Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today we're back here in the single player survival world where I am very excited, as today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're actually going to be doing a bit of a Q&A. You all have been really curious and asking a lot of questions in the comments, and so on the last few episodes I was like, hey, you know what? Just pile them on. Let me know all the questions you all have and what types of things you want to know, building tips, tricks, and everything like that. And so today I chose a few questions about myself and a lot of questions about improving yourself as a builder and everything like that, and we're going to be going over those. We'll doing a big old mining time lapse, one of those big old satisfying ones that's just was like a bunch of hours of footage chopped down into just a few minutes here. So without any further ado, let's get to that Q&A. First question coming in here from Maria Galalanki saying, other than Minecraft, what other games do you play or used to play? Well, I play a lot of different stuff. Mostly I play everything except first-person shooters. Recently, I've been kind of into Heroes of the Storm again, kind of reliving the past on that one. Warcraft 3 Reforged has been really cool. I randomly found Stone Shard on Steam, which is a cool like turn-based combat game similar to like Darkest Dungeon, but think 2D stuff. But recently I've been really on like an MMO itch, so I've been thinking about getting back into like Black Desert Online or World of Warcraft potentially when that new expansion comes out. Next up, coming on from Neo Wolf, this is, will you ever make a build in the end dimension? So the end dimension for me, I've cleared out all of the end portals that we get, so we've killed the dragon 24 times or whatever it is, so we don't need to kill it again. And for the longest time, I've wanted to make a giant tree with like roots that go up and wrap around the different obsidian pillars, and then replace the end crystals on top of those and turn that into just this crazy giant tree structure. But that sounds like something that would take an insane amount of time, so no plans to do it in the near future, but that's kind of been a long-term goal of mine. Next up from Mikey13, in what country do you live? Also, any tips for starting as a YouTuber? I live in the United States. I live on the West Coast in Seattle, which is an amazing city. And tips for starting as a YouTuber, find what you love to do and do that. Don't chase the trends of what everybody else is doing, because that is a crazy, crazy hard thing to do. Find your own niche and own that niche. Next one in here from MBC, have you ever thought about incorporating an ambience mod before for this world? So I want to keep this world as unmodded as I possibly can, because I find that that limits the ability to update to the new Minecraft snapshots and whatnot. And so I kind of leave those ones out, but I know what you're talking about. I believe with the ambience mods, like I used to use Better Foliage back before that was no longer updated. I don't think it's been updated for a long time, and I really enjoyed that one because it gave like the bird sounds and the falling leaves off of any of the leaf bushes that were hanging in the air, and I thought that was really cool. But outside of that, I haven't really thought about adding anything in. And next up from Ian was here is, where do you get your build inspirations from? Well, I use Pinterest a lot. I find Pinterest is absolutely awesome. I've shared the link to it a few times. It might be in the description of this video here if I can remember to put it there. But if you need any building inspiration, go check out a lot of what I have over there. It's mostly game concept art, other Minecraft builds, or just really cool pictures of art that I found around the world and things like that are found mostly on Google. That's a big place where I get a lot of it. But if you need inspiration, that's an awesome place to go. I know it's helped a lot of people out. Next from Tasty Cake, do you ever get tired of playing the game? I'm assuming the game is Minecraft, otherwise you all just lost the game. But yes. Yes, I do. I get very tired of playing Minecraft every once in a while, but I still love the game, and I'm still very excited every day when I wake up and I get to play this for my job. So it's pretty good, but there's definitely times after 8-10 hours of building in a day where I'm just like, you know what, the last thing I want to do is place another block of stone right now. Amelia is asking, how have you managed to build such huge villages, builds, and complete the game, getting good gear, beating the Ender Dragon, etc.? Well, inside of this Minecraft world, we have 75.27 days of played time in it. So whatever that is times 24 is how many hours we have played inside this world. I'm not going to do that math on camera, but a big part of it is taking Minecraft as a journey at your own pace. Take the time to enjoy what you like to do in Minecraft. For me, I like building up little settlements, and over the while of these 75 days of playtime, those settlements have added up to what we have today. Have the projects gone a little bit more crazy in the recent months and going even faster with building a lot of these things? Sure, but remember that I play this game all day, basically every single day of the week. And almost every single Saturday and Sunday too, because I just can't let it go. Someone cool asks, what build did you enjoy building the most and what part of it was your favorite? I still think I have to say Castle Bleakrock, our red castle that we built out on the coast, which we recently went back and revisited and updated, is probably one of my favorite builds I've ever done inside of my single player world, because it was just so fun to be able to do that in survival and take castle building for myself up to that next level. And I feel like that's really what set me off on the building path that I'm on today. That one I spent a lot of time learning how I wanted to build structures and challenging myself to go build these insane things in survival. And from then moving forward, I feel like the quality of my Minecraft builds has just went through the roof. Rainbow Trout Gaming asks, how do you come up with new ideas for cities and things inside of them? Well, for me, mostly it's what type of material do I want in Minecraft to be able to have a farm for? What material do I need next? And what do I need to go for in that? Because in my single player world, the big thing for me is every single city or settlement that we're building has some sort of resource that it's focused around. Papyrus has sugarcane. Sugarcane for me, I felt Nile River atmosphere. So then we went to the desert, and inside the desert, and then I wanted to do like an oasis vibe to really bring a lot of lush area into it, and that's kind of how Papyrus came to be. And then the farming village, obviously we just need a place to farm all of the crops in Minecraft, and so that turned into a giant thing inside of that. So find a need in Minecraft that you need to meet and try and find a city or a build style of sorts that's going to make that one happen. Samuel is asking, when did you get your dog? How old are they? Are they a rescue, and can we see them? Well, we got Coda back in October of 2017. He is currently about 2.5 years old. We got him when he was a puppy, so we did not rescue him. But growing up, I used to work with a Malamute rescue group, and some of the rescue dogs are some of the best dogs I've ever had in my entire life. We always got the senior citizens, so that was really cool being able to meet all of them and kind of take care of the dogs and get them rehabbed into some new homes, which was absolutely awesome. But if you want to see some pictures of Coda, I will maybe try and put one in the video here if I can, but more on top of that is he has his own Instagram account. So if you check out my Instagram account, which you can find in the link in the description down below, and then the bio from there, you can find a link to Coda's Instagram account as well. And mine, you know, if you want to see Minecraft stuff, you can go check out mine there too. Andres is asking, how do you become so good at building, and how can we become good builders? Well, part of it has to do with the 75 days of playtime in this one Minecraft world alone, but I've been building in Minecraft probably since version 1.6, 1.7, with an intent to try and improve as a builder. And the biggest thing I would say is try new building styles, try new things that you're not comfortable with, and try new things that you haven't done before inside of Minecraft. So if you haven't built organics or diagonal structures or anything like that, try and struggle with those. It's gonna be a struggle. You have to push through it and figure out what you can do well. If you only build things in Minecraft by watching tutorials from other people building things, that's not how you're going to improve as a builder. You're going to learn how to build what that person builds, but you're not going to learn how to come up with your own unique ideas. Copying a tutorial can be one interesting way to learn about things, but if you really want to be a good builder, learn how to struggle and get good at what you're doing by yourself. It's the same thing with anything in life. You got to learn how to do it, and you got to struggle with it. Next up here from Brianna, they need some help with the layouts. They've got a lot of empty space in their world and want to fill it up with something. Also, is it necessary to decorate near pathways? Well, if you need any helps with building layouts for towns, I've got quite a few videos on those you can go check out on my channel here. Those would help you out a lot for sure. I talk about the concepts of how to do it. And for filling up empty space, think about wagons, chicken coops, or whatever, what type of world you're creating. If you're futuristic, maybe those things won't make sense. But if you're going for a medieval something, wagons, chicken coops, benches, small gardens, anything of that sort can be a great way to fill up some space. And decorating near pathways, I find that it's good to decorate a little bit near the pathways so it doesn't just look like a random strip of dirt through a grassy terrain area. Add some flowers along the side of it. Don't put them everywhere. Put them in patches, or maybe add a tree every once in a while, and it'll help it look a lot more interesting. Adding trees, like maybe if you're going through a plains, maybe like every 50 or 60 blocks along the side of the pathway, can actually help you out with making it just a little bit more interesting than it otherwise would be. Martin here is asking, I always wondered, what is your work schedule? Do you focus on one world for 1 or 2 days, or is it completely random as you do what you wish? For me, I found that when I'm doing the creative time lapses or creative builds and everything like that, I like to build them in sections. Otherwise, I get a little bored of it, because building in creative for me really isn't that interesting. I see it more as finishing a project to show off to all of you, instead of really expanding and building upon a project like we do in the survival world here. So those I typically like the ultimate survival bases I do like the half of it in one day and create the layout and general stuff, and then the next half I do on a second day where I come back and finish up everything. But for the most part, for like the survival world ones, I reserve, if I can talk, all of Tuesday and all of Thursday. Tuesday is kind of my source block day typically, and Thursdays is my building with Whip day, where I just wake up, I get on about 8:30 in the morning, and I just kind of work until Coda comes and yells at me and that he needs to go outside. And then we go out for an hour, go for a walk, I grab some lunch, and I come back and work until my girlfriend gets home from work. Loompang here is asking, how can you get so good at building and make up all these designs? I've been building for a few weeks now, and I don't think I've got the hang of it yet. This one I included as well because we just talked about how to get better at building, but this one here is a little bit more in the side of taking only a few weeks to learn how to building to be a better builder isn't gonna get you there. It's a long journey. Like, I've been playing Minecraft for probably 6 years, and before that I built a lot of Legos, making my own mock designs and things like that, and I've always kind of been more on the artistic side of doodling and drawing and everything there. But just take the time and try and mess with new things. I go through probably 30 or 40 different renditions before I come up with the finished style that I show to all of you as this stuff. I have a series planned coming here in the near future where we're going to be talking about how I identified and came up with a style that we're going to be using for that new Tropical Islands build, and hopefully that can give a little bit more context about how I get through all that stuff. But that should be out here in the next few weeks. I'm planning to do it after we get to the world tour, which, yes, is happening. Devs here with the cutest penguin profile picture award is asking, would you ever make a sci-fi type of village? I enjoy seeing the Star Wars themed builds you made and would love to see something like that on a larger scale, like a village or city. Inside of my single player world, I'm probably not going to be creating anything sci-fi or futuristic or modern related, because the world is meant to be a medieval fantasy world. That's kind of the end design of it, and I don't want to mix in that type of stuff. But I've thought about doing a build like that, maybe on a future season of Source Block or something along those lines. Maybe I'll do a creative time-lapse episode of something like that. If that's something y'all want to be seeing, be sure to let me know down in the comments below on this or any of the videos where I try to test out those styles, because I've been looking to expand as a builder again and trying to learn more about those and tackle those ones. But let me know your feedback on that one before we tackle those too much. Aiden here is asking, hey Whip, what inspires your single player world the most? Could it be fantasy styles like Elder Scrolls or RuneScape, or more realistic things like world civilizations and ancient history? Curious to know your answer on these ones. So for me, mostly it's more on the fantasy side of video game art or concept art or things I find online, but I definitely first and foremost take inspiration from real world places for when I'm coming up with like a biome or a theme idea that I want to do, or the type of landscape that I want to be working in. I base that stuff off of a real world concept until maybe when we get the Nether update here, we're going to do some fantasy mushroom stuff going on probably. But for the most part, what I do is I pick a real world environment or landscape of sorts, try and base things off of that. Like the mountains that we're building, they're loosely based off of the Cascade Mountains in Washington, because I grew up hiking in those my entire life and I absolutely love them. And so I thought it'd be really cool to build off of that. And then obviously inside of that, we're doing a lot of fantasy things, like the Nordic village is not truthfully Nordic or anything like that. It's more Skyrim-esque if you would summarize it up as that. But that's kind of where I go from there. So I start with real world stuff, then go right into the fantasy, and it gives a cool contrast to it, I find. Guinevere here is asking, how do you pace yourself, plan for your huge projects or builds, and why do you use your resource pack? Do you feel like it isn't vanilla Minecraft with a resource pack? First and foremost, how do you pace yourself and plan for huge builds or projects? I kind of go all in heads first on new projects and things like that, and just plan it all out, go crazy with it, and just have a lot of fun doing that, and just focus on it and go hard for like 2 weeks. And then I really tone it back as I start to get a little bit of that burnout feeling, because I don't want to completely quit the project. So for me, I get really excited about them. I do a lot of work on them. I plan them out. I use a lot of Photoshop and screenshots to draw out different roads and pathways and the loose ideas where the structures would be, as I've shown you all in previous videos. And the planning things that I go through, I do all of that stuff in my own survival Minecraft world. And so that's kind of where I get a lot of that stuff from. And then for the resource pack question, I find that my resource pack is like a vanilla plus pack. I think it's totally okay to use a resource pack if that's how you want to play Minecraft. Play Minecraft however the heck you want to. There's a lot of people out there who use Faithful or those types of things, and that's basically just a scaled up version of Minecraft. If you look at my pack, there's only like 10 or 20 blocks that aren't like the exact version of the vanilla one. Maybe slight color tweakings on a few other ones, but it still feels pretty vanilla to me. Elsa here has a lot of great questions, and let's just take them one at a time. You can pause and read them all all there if you'd like to. What are some build styles you've never done before that you would like to try? The tropical one I am super pumped about. I would actually like to try a steampunk style. I kind of want to get into like orcish and goblin styles coming up here soon, and I know a lot of people want me to do this as well, but I've been thinking about checking out more elven. And then I'd love to get into like some more Asian inspired stuff, but almost like the Missa Pandaria from World of Warcraft Asian inspired stuff, because I think it's more rounder than the rigid stuff that we normally see in Minecraft. And I think it'd be kind of a fun concept. So basically like Hobbit plus Asian-ish, I guess you could say, like that. If you've thought any more about the overall lore stuff of your world, what updates, ideas do you have? Nothing really at this time. I don't really focus too much on lore inside the world. I just focus building things and let you all come up with the lore. So if any of you have ideas on that, be sure to let me know. What are some things you consider when thinking about how big to scale any particular build? Everything that I build in Minecraft is very much scaled around the Minecraft player. I might have some gateways and doors that are 8, 9, 10 blocks tall, but that's supposed to be a very grand entrance. But everything is very much scaled around the Minecraft player. So most doors are going to be a single door or a double wide door, nothing insanely huge or large. And moving around the interiors, I very much want scaled around the Minecraft player. If you think about it, most places when you see in like video game art, concept art, or whatever it might be, they're very much scaled around like your player character, which is what I'm trying to go for. So if you reach your arm all the way up and you jump, you should probably be able to touch the ceiling. So that's kind of a general idea that I try and keep in mind when I'm going for a lot of these things. What are your future ideas for incorporating the new nether blocks in your world? I'm planning to do like a big mushroom biome build. I kind of want to convert the area around where we had the end portal, and I was talking about having some source coming out of that maybe destroyed the castle. I think we're going to turn that into this crazy mushroom area, which I think could be really cool. Favorite wood type in Minecraft? I've been recently loving, I know spruce wood is always kind of up there, but I've been really recently re-falling in love with oak wood. I think oak is really cool, especially the oak log. I think it's one of my favorite blocks in the game. How do you get used to talking constantly for YouTube video recordings? I used to have to do that for website / production usability recordings. Always felt so awkward. The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's kind of a big one. I still feel very awkward if like my girlfriend is sitting in the room with me while I'm trying to record something. I'm always like, can you just walk outside the room for like 2 minutes, so when you hear me stop talking you can come back inside, because otherwise this is just kind of a little weird. But like talking to my computer like I'm doing right now, totally fine for me at this point. But it definitely took almost a year or two to be really comfortable with hearing my own voice. Doing like audio editing for the first however long it was absolutely terrible for me. I hated doing it. I just absolutely hated hearing my voice. Thought this would be an interesting one to end off here from the double epic. Why have you stayed with Minecraft even during the time it didn't get popular again? Are you going to make a village in the new 160 Nether? The one here I want to focus on is the first one, because the second one is, yes, obviously we're going to make a village there. But the first question is why would you stay with Minecraft even during the time it didn't get popular? Minecraft has secretly always been one of the most popular games in the entire world. It might not have been the #1 on Twitch streaming or wherever you were looking for it, but Minecraft, like, it has been the most popular game back to back. Fortnite barely beat it out 1 year, but like Minecraft has been one of the top games in the entire time. I have no concerns about sticking with Minecraft as being a YouTuber, so don't worry about that, everybody. We're not going to become a Fortnite channel or anything like that, but I would get some pretty sick headshots. I gotta say that. I'd be pretty dang good. No, I'm awful at first-person shooters. It'd be terrible. But yeah, like, I don't know. Minecraft for me has always been the game that I want to play. It's a game that I don't see a limit with. I don't ever see a point in Minecraft where I'm like, all right, I'm done. It's always something like, ooh, I can expand this. I can build out this way. The Minecraft world is infinite. Means there's infinite stuff for me to build in Minecraft. And there we have it, folks. Thanks so much for sticking around for that Q&A. Hope you're able to learn a few things there and learn a little bit more about me, Minecraft, and all that fancy stuff. If anybody was curious how we get down to that mining area, I figured I'd show you all here as we end this one off. This is the mountains onto the north side of it. Come over here, press that little button, and it takes us all the way down here where we have a lot of good stuff mined out. It's pretty insane. All of these are full of stone now. We've got where there's 8 right there and 4 more, so 16 of those. Lots of resources and everything else we could ever possibly need in here, and I'm working on slowly stretching this area back, and we're gonna create the best slime farm ever. For everybody who's curious, I've been working slowly towards getting to 1 million blocks mined. Right now, we are at 931,888 blocks mined with our diamond pickaxe. Our diamond shovel is at 734,000. Our diamond axe is at 135,000. So we've got this. We did about 35,000 blocks inside of that time lapse of mining out all of the rest of this stuff. So we probably need to finish up literally everything else inside of this beacon here. And then we might actually still need to do some more. But we're getting real close here, friends. I'm so excited to be having this stuff continue forward. I think we're going to keep just working back that way, or maybe that way, so it's all under terrain that we've already mined out and everything like that, or build on top of. But anyways, that's gonna have to do it for today's episode. Hopefully y'all did enjoy this one. Hopefully it was a little interesting and different type of episode for y'all here. And with that one, please be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're brand new, and I will catch you on the flip side. And time to take my elevator out of here.